welcome y'all to Backwoods Obscura, a podcast dedicated to the lore, legends, and myths surrounding the creatures that may lurk in your backyard. My name's Hewitt.
I'm Chris.
So how you doing, Chris?
I'm making it. It's been a day. It hasn't really been a day. It's been a week.
I feel that 100%. I've been in the yard all day. And then my family showed up.
It's been a pretty busy week. Aside from that, it's one of those like up and down hill things, just mentally. And also I'm realizing, gotta stay out of the news. Just gotta unplug from the internet sometimes, which I'm bad at. I'm
a civics teacher. I'm having to pay attention to this, and I do not want to.
Yeah. You see, you at least have an excuse that you have to torture yourself with this. I don't. I'm just a moron.
No, you're trying to do one of your civic duties, and that is to be an informed voter. The more you know.
And of course, like you want to be an informed voter, but you also don't want to be informed about everything that's happening.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. There's so much personal information that I don't want to know about anybody. Like, so far, of all the people that have been in the news for the last 4 or 5 months actively, images with them being nude have popped up.
Yeah, but I don't need to see that.
Let's see. They got caught paying off a porn star. Yeah, I've had way too much personal information thrown in my face, and I mean, like, if tomorrow one of the candidates literally came out in stiletto heels, dressed as Dr. Frankenfooter, I don't think I'd bat an eye.
Yeah, like right now, like there's something that is happening in some of the, like, especially like in the social media sphere when you look at the news. You're like, oh, I wonder what's going on, and then someone's sharing like phone footage from like a war or something. I'm like, I don't want to see this.
I don't need
Yeah.
Call of Duty view of this actual engagement now.
Yeah.
Like, it's
and to be fair, like some of it needs to be out there for like
it needs
documentation.
It needs to be out there. I mean, like, what's the basis behind the whole TikTok thing? People are trying to say it's because it's owned by companies that are connected to Chinese nationals, but the problem with that is, so are like 90% of our other apps. Like most of our money transfer apps are partially owned by other countries. But the thing here is that people can get news from TikTok that's not been filtered through. Has not been filtered through what ABC or what Fox or what any of these other ones. So honestly, I think that's a little bit more of what that's about. But we need to get off.
We are going down.
Do you want to know about a haunted house?
I love haunted houses.
The White House.
Cool. The White House. It does have a ghoul in there. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It did for 4 years.
Biden or Trump, doesn't matter. Don't come after me. It's jokes. It's jokes.
Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about one that's not too far from us. The McRaven House, also known as the Bob with 2 B's. So Bob. It's Bob. It's Bob. Okay, it's Bob House. So it's McRaven House or Bob House. So
that's like 2 totally different naming.
Well, it's had a couple different names over the years because it's been around longer than, it's been around almost as long as our country.
Oh, damn! That's old for us.
Yeah, that is old for Americans. I mean, this house remembers when JFK was elected.
That's not that old in our country, Hewitt.
Talk to some of my students. That would have been double great grandpa.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Anyway, it's located at 1445 Harrison Street in Vicksburg, Mississippi. It was built in 1797 by Andrew Glass in the Walnut Hills neighborhood.
So we can actually go to this place.
Yeah. It's not actually far from Key City Brewing.
I still need to go there.
Yeah. The seasonal pizzas have changed, so no bok choy rabbit stew pizza, which was really good. Also, I'm still waiting for the machine to come back into circulation.
Like Ghost in the Machine, or
Machine is their Russian Imperial Stout because it is the machine.
That makes sense. Okay, it makes sense that you would like.
It is a good old Rasputin clone. Anyway, so originally it was named for McRaven Street, which is now Harrison Street. So the street changed its name. So the reason it was called McRaven House is because it was on McRaven. Now, originally it was built as a way station for travelers to Nashville along the Natchez Trace, much like when I talked about the King's Tavern. There was big business to take the Trace down to Mississippi and then get on the Mississippi River and make it down to New Orleans. Or you sell there, sell your goods in Vicksburg or Natchez, and then you take the Trace back home.
Right.
So the original structure was a kitchen with one room above it, and you had to climb a ladder from the kitchen to the bedroom.
So that was just the entire building?
Yeah, the oldest portion of the McRaven House is literally the old stone kitchen and a bedroom above it.
So it has like a legit not a furnace, but an oven, like a stone oven in there.
They cooked on a hearth.
Oh, I bet it's some good stuff being cooked there. Or not. You never know.
Now, in 1836, it was bought by Sheriff Howard, and he made additions in the Empire style. Now, the Empire style was popular in the early 1800s, and is the second phase of the neoclassical architecture. Now, when I've talked about some of these buildings, I'm definitely going to talk about the architecture, because some of this stuff's kind of cool. Also, we have some of this architecture around us. I just didn't know what it was called. Now, it gets its name from Emperor Napoleon I of France, because he liked this style. So when he built stuff, he built it in that style. And since he conquered most of Europe, there's a lot of examples that still survive today, 200 years later. Now, it's noted for being ostentatious, much like the Roman Empire. It's also noted for heavy use of symmetry and classical-inspired decorations, large spacious interior rooms, Corinthian pilasters and pillars, as well as decorative panels inset into the wall.
Okay, so this started out as just a kitchen with a room on top.
Yeah.
And now it's like this extravagant, almost cathedral level building.
More Romanesque, more like not so much cathedral, more like Roman temple, Roman municipal building. Yeah. Like the best example of this is the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. It's a big, heavy building that just has so much shit put onto the side of it. In France, at me, I don't care. I mean, I'm an American. We have opinions about y'all. You have opinions about us. Thank you for using so much butter.
I think they love their butter.
Like I said, the most well-known is the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. So, very ostentatious, very heavy, very big, covered in plasters and decorations. And this type of architecture is going to continue throughout the United States because, well, we end up kind of liking big, gaudy shit in this country. I mean, we have Buc-ee's.
Who doesn't like Okay.
We do. Okay, no shade. Buc-ee's is amazing.
Yeah. And you take some, I know that we have some non-American friends that might have heard of Buc-ee's, and they would say, it's just a gas station. What's so big about that?
We need to kidnap them and take them to it.
We need to kidnap, we need to fly over to the UK and Ireland and Europe, just generally get all of our European friends and be like, we're going to Buc-ee's. They're like, why are we flying across?
Why did you waste so much money to take us to Buc-ee's?
It's because we need to go to Buc-ee's. You need to see the statue. You need to get some hot sauce and get a nice brisket sandwich. And then we're just going to put you on a flight. Get the fuck out of the country. I'm not going to do.
Take us with you.
Please take us with you.
Now, in 1849, I was about to skip a couple notes. 1849, John Bob, with two B's on the end. So John Bob bought the house and added on to the structure again in the Greek Revival style. Now, I'm not going to focus as heavy on the Greek Revival style because I think I've talked about it in another episode. If I haven't, it'll be in a future episode. But if you want to see any example of Greek Revival style architecture, look at Washington, D.C. Look at the Lincoln Memorial. Look at the Jefferson Memorial. Just the big, thick pillars.
The pyramid in not Nashville, Memphis. Fuck.
That's not Greek revival style. That's just gaudy.
Well, we could say it's not. Damn it,
dude.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving the podcast now.
Anyway, look at Washington D.C. for examples of this. Now, in 1863, McRaven House was used as a Confederate hospital during the siege of Vicksburg because it's large. It was on the bluffs. It was a big building. They could get wounded in, treat them.
Yeah.
So, and the siege of Vicksburg, which I'm gonna. If you don't do it, I'll do it. Just the number of ghosts and ghost stories in and around Vicksburg, because you can go to the battle park there.
I've been to the battle park before.
But the thing is, the whole city is really what should be in the battle park.
Like, if they make another Ghostbusters, they could just make it the city of Vicksburg.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, if you go a different way, if you go to the battle park from in town, you end up going down a road full of monuments that are just in people's front yards. So... I mean, the whole city has markers and everything. Now, the big thing is, through the numerous renovations that later happened, they found that the building had been hit multiple times by Union cannonballs, both from the land troops as well as from Farragut's Farragut's series of flotilla. There we go.
Yeah, like on the Mississippi.
Yeah, so it got hit both ways by cannonballs.
So you can see it from the Mississippi then.
Used to.
Okay.
Rivers shifted, towns built up.
Okay. Makes sense. And it's probably not as visible as I'm thinking in my head either.
Now, as we all know, on the 4th of July, Vicksburg fell and was captured by the Union. Go Team Blue. But in 1864, John Bob got into an argument with a couple of drunken soldiers who were in his garden picking flowers. He's like, hey, get the fuck off my property. He probably said it nicer than that, but...
Would you kindly?
Would you kindly fuck off?
Would you kindly get the fuck out of here?
Oh, no, now all I hear with Would You Kindly is, Dime Store Disney from BioShock now.
Yeah.
But... any case, there was an argument, there was an altercation, and he ended up hitting one of them in the head with a thrown brick.
What is a thrown brick?
A brick that was thrown.
Oh,
he threw a brick and hit the dude in the head.
I thought it was like a special sort of brick. It's like, this is a thrown brick.
It's like, the only way you can take care of like the Pascagoula poltergeist or something. I don't know.
You gotta cut the head off and put the thrown brick in the mouth.
Vicksburg vampires. Anyway, so what happened is he then went to town hall and talked to the commandant. Like, he went, I'm going to talk to the general. And he's like, look, had an altercation with some of your troops. They were on my property when they shouldn't have been. I'm really sorry that I hit one of them in the head with a brick. Like, he literally came in here like to apologize because he did not want trouble, because since it was martial law, military occupation, they legit could have just booted his ass out of his house.
Yeah.
And so sorry. So he it's like, I'm trying to do everything. But the commander, he just blew it off like, fuck, whatever.
I don't care.
I don't give a shit. Shut up, traitor. And
it's the 1800s. Everything sucks.
There's 1,000 ways to die in militarily occupied Vicksburg.
I got malaria. Get out of my face.
So, what happened is he went home. He's like, all right, well, shit, I tried to do the right thing. And then he got jumped by 25 soldiers.
Oh.
Like, literally, he was at the front gate of the property and got beat by 25 soldiers who then drug him back to Stout Bayou behind the house and shot him in the gut.
Ooh.
And left him to die.
Did he die, though?
Yeah. Yeah, his wife found him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought there was going to be more. It's like, he didn't actually die. He's going to Rasputin these people.
No. He 100% died. He got curb stomped and shot.
Oh, jeez.
So, he was one of the few recorded acts of violence in Vicksburg during military occupation. Now, here's the deal. There's two ways you can take that. Either that the military occupation of Vicksburg was rather uneventful, or they didn't record shit, both of which is probably partially true.
Yeah, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah. Now, in 1869, Miss Bob sold the home and moved to just outside New Orleans to, I believe her family's plantation down there was Sunnyside. So I might have to look that, or Sunny View. I might have to look that up because hard-pressed to find a plantation along the Mississippi near New Orleans that's not haunted. So maybe she moved from one haunted house to another one. Let's see. In 1882, William Murray bought the house, and between 1911 and 1946, William, his wife, one of his sons, and one of his daughters all died in the home. So, well, I mean, think. He died in 1911. His wife died like 1918.
I thought they just like mysteriously all died.
No. Between 1911 and 1946, that would be kind of a...
It's just like they just all died at what? There's like carbon monoxide in the house or something, which I don't think that would be a thing in that point.
Between 1911 and 1946, McRaven House was full of carbon monoxide. No one survived.
You just walk into the house and you drop dead. Right there.
That's how we couldn't report anything till 46.
And then it's like, wow, there's a lot of carbon monoxide in here.
Let me take my pills from the government. Now, his two surviving daughters then lived in the house with no modern conveniences until 1960, when the older of the two died and the other was put into a nursing home. So, from 1946 till 1960, his daughters got older and just lived in the house. The grounds were overgrown because they had no money to upkeep them, because lo and behold, the people who originally built McRaven House, or kept adding to it, did have property outside where they had slaves. So having your second home couldn't be afforded anymore. And also just, again, this is a big house and it was already a century old. So it needed some upkeep, and it just really, they couldn't do it. And so the daughters ended up just living in it. It got overgrown, and they broke up the furniture for firewood to survive.
All the way up to the 1960s.
Yeah. The only thing they had in there was a phone, and the only person that really ever saw them was their family doctor.
So how did they go and get groceries then?
People delivered them for them. Left them on the front step.
They had DoorDash. I see.
Yeah. So, kind of a sad story there, but that's also not really that unusual. But when we get to the ghost story part, think about how some of these stories might have happened. Here's a big spooky house with a big gate, and there's just two old ladies that live in there, and no one ever goes in.
Yeah.
Everything giving you heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
I'm getting from this
part. It's a good setup, even though
I get some Monster House vibes from part of this in this section. Now, 1960, O.E. Bradway bought the house and restored it cosmetically for tours. That means he painted it.
Oh, so he did the whole thing that you see landlords do, where they just they paint over the sockets.
It'd be one of those of you see this full of so many termites in this bad boy.
You just hit it, you just see the bugs just.
They had paint on them.
Oh my god.
1979, it was added to the Registry of Historic Places and was bought by Charles and Sandra Harvey, who performed a full renovation on the house. They came in. It's not that, oh my God.
Oh no, there's asbestos everywhere.
They had to do extensive renovations to this place. They found cannonball damage still in the attic that had just been patched over. They also took carpet samples to get new carpets made that matched the old ones. They matched plaster. They did a full
restoration. So
$175,000 restoration.
So it was like a ship of thesis sort of deal where they...
Yeah. Now here's the deal. $175,000 or $200,000 rounded up for $1970 is a good bit of chump change back then. Still not enough to fully fix everything. But they did open the house back up for tours. Now, between 1960 with Bradway and the Harveys, they didn't live in the house. Mr. Harvey slept in the house occasionally to keep vagrants out while they were doing renovations. He had a cot.
Oh, okay. So it was I'm just going to sleep in the attic and just keep an eye out.
Yeah, pretty much. In 1984, they sold the house to Leland French of the French's Mustard family.
So, French's Condiments. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Who moved in, and so he was the first person in like 24 years to actually live in the house. He finished the renovations, and the house in 1980, or when his renovations were done, the house minus the bathrooms, the kitchen, and the basement were how it had always been. He just was like, I'm going to have a proper fucking toilet. I know that the last people renovated the privy out back. I'm not shitting in a hole in my backyard.
I'm going to have a real functioning toilet.
Also put air conditioning in.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
Hey, so I've talked to you about the history here, man. You ready to hear about some ghosts?
I mean, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. I mean, this would just be me talking about like old ass homes podcast if we didn't have some type
just
of
end it right there. Just be like, okay, anyway, so that's the place. Bye.
Anyway, so they have several ghosts at this place because McRaven is listed as one of the most haunted, if not the most haunted, place in all of Mississippi. So the very first ghost is Andrew Glass himself. He was rumored to be a highwayman. Not just I'm going to cook you some food before you go. I'm going to steal your money. But he was supposed to be a highwayman along the Natchez Trace, much like Big and Little that we talked about at the King's Tavern. And he would hide his stolen treasure at the McRaven House. However, his wife Mary slit his throat after he passed out drunk for cheating on him. In some of the stories. Or other stories, she just slit his throat and stole the shit and left. Either way, you know what? Go Mary.
God dang.
Now, women who go into his room, which is the upper bedroom above the kitchen, feel like something is touching them. There's been report of an aggressive presence in the room. Men are supposed to become angry and aggressive in this room. I'm going to jump the gun a little bit here. This part of the house doesn't have air conditioning, and that might be why people get mad.
Probably.
Just saying.
Probably.
Also,
like if you've ever been in like a stuffy ass room in the middle of summer in the South.
And this is like mud between logs type original construction here. I mean, it's been encased around, but they've restored the room to how it would have looked. But also, here's the deal. How the room makes women uncomfortable. And it makes men aggressive. I'm like, that's
weird.
What type of boomer ghost story is this nonsense? Anyway, he takes items and hides them in the room. Kind of a dick. Supposedly, touched the ghost hunters on the show to show them how he liked to treat women.
Which ghost hunters? Like
Ghost Adventures. Sorry, Ghost Adventures. Not Ghost Hunters. I misspoke.
Yeah, well, the thing is...
went in and got two big handfuls of Zach Baggins to show him how he treated people.
Ah, so Zach Baggins got groped by a ghost. So he got, like...
Again.
Yeah.
I can't help it being just who I am.
Wait, I don't watch a lot of the Ghost Adventures. Is that like a feature that he just gets groped? And
No. It's... They all randomly get touched, and everybody yells about someone's touching my butt, bro. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I 100% loved the Ghost Adventures I watched because when I stopped having cable, I stopped watching it, but I used to catch it whenever it would go live. Just like Ghost Hunters, Ghost Nations, the redo of Ghost Hunters that had just old boy that wasn't the bald one for a while, and now it's back to the bald one. It's weird on who owns the rights to that show, but also my favorite ghost hunting show, Ghost Brothers, that was on Discovery for a while. Because its introduction is, we have to ask a serious question about ghost hunting shows. Why everybody white?
That's fair.
I loved that because it made me start laughing. But in any case, before we get completely derailed.
Before we go off into a tangent, because I could go off on YouTube shows.
Yeah. Burger King foot lettuce.
Number 15.
Anyway. But yeah, supposedly he touched the Ghost Adventures to show them how he liked to treat women and touch women. Also, he has the most EVPs of any of the ghosts in the house, according to one of my sources.
So is he just like ass?
Ass, titties, ass, and titties.
That's all he's saying. It's like
it's just DJ Assault. That's all that dude is.
It's like the most consistent EVPs. It's on the verge of proving ghosts are real, but it's just him saying ass and titties.
He just goes ass, 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 ass. It is to a beat, and everybody's like,
"This wasn't even a beat they would have back then." It's like,
I'm an intelligent haunt. I have taste in music. I love the Beastie Boys.
He's like, I love Cisco. It's like, you are like 25 years late on that.
Dude, he would actually be pretty on the cutting edge for a ghost.
Yeah, depending. I mean, if we're talking about ghosts being like old ghosts.
Yeah. It's like George Washington's ghost. I am a big fan of Fall Out Boy.
It's like, oh, damn. That's wild. So you had like slaves for teeth or whatever.
he did have slave teeth. Much like George Washington, much like all of our founding fathers, do deserve the title great men, but that also does not mean they were good men, and also asterisk next to the name in all these situations.
Oh, yeah.
Now, next ghost, Mary Howard, the 15-year-old wife of Sheriff Howard.
Oh.
Problematic.
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling some Edgar Allan Poe here.
Yeah, she died in childbirth in the new addition in what is now known as the middle bedroom after it was done. She and the baby both passed.
Huh. Who could have saw that coming?
Now, she has been seen near her wedding shawl in the house because I don't know if I bought this house and all of a sudden there is a ghost spectral bride dress in my attic. That shit is out. I'm not I'm not related to the Howards. Like, I don't know why the Bobs or anybody else or the Murrays kept any of like when the attic, here's some random 15-year-old's wedding dress that she wore when she might have been forced into marriage, like against her will, because
okay, like just the history of that wedding dress, I'd be like, I don't want this.
Well, okay. Them back then would say, well, there's nothing unusual about this. I'm like, I will totally come from this from a 21st century perspective. That's creepy to me. That's weird. That's creepy to me.
Very weird.
Now, if we found out Sheriff was like 18 years old back then,
I mean, that would be a bit different.
I mean, people died at 26 back then. Not really. They lived longer than that, but
okay, yeah, like the whole idea.
If I found horror movie setup, I'm going into my attic, and there is a wedding dress on a mannequin, or I open up a trunk that's been left in the attic This is how you get Babadooked. This is how you get, what was that one where the dude went in the attic, Ethan Hawke went in the attic and found like a 80 or 8mm film, and it was a demon. When he watched it, all of a sudden the demon started haunting his family.
There's so many movies like that.
I know, it's not an unusual thing. Like, I go in the attic and there's a trunk. Okay, first off, if I go in the attic and there's a trunk that's not mine, that's just in the attic, it lives there. I'm not touching it. I'm not looking at it. I know it's there. I'm not messing with it.
I'd mess with it.
This is how you get haunted in it.
Okay, well, maybe I'll be like, Ray Stantz and Ghostbusters.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's one way to make ectoplasm.
It's just a ghost. It's just, anyway. Moving on.
Anyway, like, I'm chunking that out or I'm leaving it there. I'm not going to go in and like, oh, look at this pretty wedding dress I found in the attic, honey. We're all going to die. Okay? I've seen enough horror movies. In any case, they have her veil in her room now. And it's somehow survived from 1830s. Okay? It's, to me, this is just wild. It's like, I found a pair of underwear in the attic. I think I might just, bring them down here, show them off kind of shit.
Like, hey, I'm going to just get some underwear and just put it in this nice glass case for everyone to see.
Well, wedding veil is not underwear. It's what went over her head.
I thought you said something else.
No, it's the wedding veil. It wasn't the garter. But, I mean, I'm making a very vulgar, obscene reference of what you might find in an attic. Anyway, her ghost is known to wander around the home, and she is seen in multiple different outfits. So it's thought that she is a full-on intelligent haunt. Andrew Glass, there's some stuff that they think might be stone tape with him, but also he seems to be a very grumpy boy living in his room, messing with everybody.
Just talking about ass and titties.
Yeah, apparently. She will open and close cabinets and drawers. One person has had their finger caught in it during a ghost investigation. Like, they opened a drawer and they had their hand on it and the drawer slammed
Wow.
shut. Like, here's the deal. Like, slammed shut enough to, like, damage the fingernail. So I give this one a little credit because I don't know how you fake that shit. That, like, if you said, like, the drawer opened, I'm like, well, that could be because the fittings have gotten loose and it's on a slight tilt. And so since there's something heavy in it, the drawer slides out. I've had that happen in my shed multiple times when I did not make a level place to store tools, and the weight of a saw caused the drawer to slide out while I'm in there working on something else. I'm like, well, now when it happens at 11 o'clock at night and you've had a couple beers, you're like, I got a shed ghost. And then you realize, no, I just have a 5% grade on my rails. She will pat pregnant ladies' bellies, which is creepy.
That's weird.
Well, I mean, she died during childbirth, and people are like, oh, it's calming. I'm like, if my wife had a ghost touch her pregnant belly with either of our children, I think my children would have been born prematurely. She has led children to the yard to play during tours, which is definitely not cool. The lady who brought me out here, she was in a blue pretty dress. Fuck that.
I don't know. I don't know who you talking to. We're
going to the car. Going to the car.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, that one's like, okay. Part of people like, it's really cute, it's really nice, she finds lost children. No, she takes them away from the tours and takes them out back to go play in the yard. It's like, no, don't touch any of my shit. Children are outside until the streetlights come on.
God. So you think she's like, don't touch my house?
A little bit. One tour was canceled because they saw a visible depression happen on the edge of the bed. And then it disappear and footsteps come walking towards the group, towards the open door from the room, and everybody GTFO'd.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That one has been verified by 3 different people on TripAdvisor and on the website for McRaven House. So I'm like, okay, I might lean towards Mary Howard is real as a ghost.
Man, we got to go here now. It's on our list.
I will get to that here in a second. John Bob is there. Mr. Bob.
Mr. Bob?
Bob walks the front gallery of the grounds. So, like, he's either on the front porch or walking through the gardens. There is noted to be a smell of cigars, which he was a prodigious smoker of cigars and pipes. He's also been seen in the changing area of his bedroom. Like, people have walked in, and it's like the ghost is changing clothes and turns around and looks at you like, the fuck you doing? Like, I'm like, at least it's not like he was like, it's always like he's taking off his jacket like he's about to. It's not like he's halfway through.
Yeah.
And he's reverse mermaid because he's kept his shirt on but not his pants. Also, he has been caught multiple times on the Ovulus and has multiple intelligent EVPs coming from his bedroom.
Oh.
Now, the funniest one, and there's a YouTube video that you might have to Google for this. His stick figure. Because, the stick figure thingy that I forget the actual name.
The one that, like, tracks you.
Yeah, like
supposedly it can track a ghost.
Yeah, it tracks the ghost, and it always looks like the Boston Robotics weird.
And it's always doing a weird dance.
Yeah, it's always like if Pinocchio tried the break dance while walking. Yeah, apparently his stick figure has been seen walking through the garden on that to the spot he died more than once.
Oh, that's cool.
So, could be intelligent, could be stone tape with Mr. Bob. Then there's William Murray. William Murray is seen climbing the stairs. Now, Mr. French is the first person to report him climbing up the stairs. So Mr. French was walking up the stairs, and all of a sudden he turned around, and there was a gentleman in full late 1800s garb coming up the stairs, looking pissed at Mr. French.
Oh, my God.
And he ended up running to the bedroom and locking the door.
It was almost like he thought it was just an intruder.
Yeah. Like, it was visible enough that he's like, oh shit, who's this guy? Why do I have a mad steampunk behind me? So, he's seen there. Now, also supposedly he punched and hit Mr. French as well. Like, Mr. French had some glasses broken, and he believes it was Mr. Murray, because he's like, I'm just walking, and all of a sudden, I've been punched in the face, and my glasses are broke. So either it was like Fabio on the roller coaster, and he got hit by a bird flying by, or a ghost just decked him in the hallway.
My lord.
The Murray sisters are noted to be seen picking flowers, as well as playing the piano that is still in the house that was there when they were there.
Can I just say something about, like, maybe it's just because I'm an ignorant American, but, like, when I hear about ghost stories from other places, it's always, like, one or two different ghosts. Maybe there's, like, in Europe, you might hear about elementals or demons or something like that, or, like, fairy spirits. Here, whenever a house is old enough, we're like, there's just a bunch of fucking ghosts in here.
I'm not done. Like,
yeah,
this
I know.
Is like this...
That's the thing. It's like, this is one of the oldest houses in America, and also it has just tons of. It's like talking about the theater.
So far, I've talked about 3. We're about to be at 5 because it's both the Murray sisters. But
and it's just like even older places, like in the UK, it's almost always like 1 or 2, maybe 3 ghosts, and. Maybe that's just my perception.
Well, let's do an evaluation of the British versus Americans. Which one are extra?
Oh, yeah, it's true. That's us.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen how they make jellied eel and, like, toast sandwiches. I don't know why y'all... Like, they salt things after they cook them. That's weird.
Any case. The Murray sisters are usually seen playing the piano, or heard playing the piano, and seen in the garden picking flowers. In the case of one poor employee, Mr. Leonard, who fell asleep on the front porch while he was on the clock, they are known to smack employees that they see as being lazy.
Oh, so they just go around and it's like if you're like on your lunch break, they just might do a slap.
So, they might smack employees because there's other employees that have mentioned like having a rock thrown at them or something when no one was around. If they were like,
was it a thrown brick?
No, it's not a thrown brick. I think a pebble hitting you versus a whole ass brick is pretty noticeable.
That's pretty noticeable, yeah.
Now, Confederate and Union soldiers are both reported to be on the grounds. You might see a wounded Confederate soldier inside the house. You might see some Union soldiers out in the flower beds.
None of them preening themselves.
None of them preening themselves at a giant silvered mirror, no. But ghost children have been seen and are believed to be possibly the Murray children that died. One is nicknamed Peekaboo because he likes to pop up in windows, mirrors, and doors and look at you and disappear back behind them.
Don't see that.
I don't.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not vibing that. There is on the website, there is a video. The McRaven House website has a YouTube video of an EVP caught saying, silly old clock. And when we're not streaming, I'll watch it with you because I don't put a ton in EVPs because I think that said shop at Arby's.
It's like, it goes, it's like, they said, hello, my name is Michael. It's like, yeah, I guess. Or it could have said, my tits are out. That other guy would have liked it.
The other ghost gets very active. Shit just gets thrown in that room. Now, truth. Let's get a little bit of truth that dissuades a couple of the ghost stories. Glass, Mr. Glass, was not a highwayman. He was a landowner and used the house as a way to make extra money and not to live in Spanish Louisiana that had instituted a wealth tax. He moved from eastern Louisiana to Vicksburg because the governor of Spanish Louisiana decided, hey, if you have so much money, you're going to pay a step up on taxes. Like everybody else, 5%. Y'all dudes, 15%. And because of that, he decided to nope out to another country.
Okay, so he's just a rich asshole.
Yeah. John Merle, a local bandit, incited a slave rebellion to try to take power in the South. Like, there's just this random bandit dude who's like, I'm going to free all the slaves and cause everybody to freak the hell out. And I'm going to try to take power in the confusion. Now, because of this, Vicksburg kicked out every single gambler and miscreant as part of the conspiracy because they thought But okay, you want to know what really scared the shit out of white people in the South during, I don't know, any time before 1864 or 1865? What if the slaves realize there's more of them here and that they can do stuff to me?
Yeah.
Just like the reason the United States did not support Haiti during the revolt they had is because, hey, yeah, Haiti, good on getting your independence. Thank you for being the other second colonial possession to get its independence on this side of the planet. The South collectively. Slave revolt. So what it is this dude started a slave revolt, and it caused the entire South to lose its damn mind because they had slaves. So Vicksburg threw out anybody that they thought might possibly be connected to what bullshit this dude was doing, and also some people they didn't like. So because of this, Sheriff Howard then bought the house, and the stories started to get jumbled that maybe Mr. Glass, who left, was one of these miscreant, no good bandits and gamblers. But the sheriff bought the house. Now, both Murray children that died on the property could not be possibly either of the children ghost or the child ghosts that had been seen, because they died as adults.
Yeah,
that'd be some shit.
In their old age, even.
Yeah. Well, one of them was in their 40s.
Okay, so middle age.
So my thing here is, this would be like the worst isekai. That time I died and got reincarnated as a child ghost.
Oh my god!
But both of them died as adults after their father had already passed away in 1911. So some of the explanations for the ghosts
don't make sense.
Don't make a lot of sense. Now, could Andrew Glass have still been
a ghost?
No, could he still be a ghost there? Possibly. Could he be shitty because he cheated on his wife? Well, it was the 1800s.
Could he still be in that room saying ass, titties, titties?
Yeah.
I mean, anything is possible.
Now, TV appearances. In 2018, Ghost Adventures went there to the house and noted a couple things. They got some good EVPs. Zach apparently got touched.
Oh, Zach.
If it's not him, it's poor Aaron. I'll say this. Aaron had a water bottle fly out of his ass pocket in one episode, and I'm like, y'all might have pulled that with a string, but the way Aaron reacted, either he's a great actor, he didn't know it was coming. So if y'all tied a string on that man's water bottle and jerked it out of his ass pocket while leaving him in solitary confinement of a prison, that is a terribly hilarious prank.
It's like, we know this is probably fake, but if it's not,
this is wow.
Yeah.
Now, about the house today. Tours are offered Friday through Sunday for ghost tours from 1 at 7 and 1 at 8:30. It's an hour and a half tour for $25. The history tours are offered all day for $15. So from about noon until they do the ghost tours, you can come and do a history tour. Ghost hunts are a special weekend event starting at 8:30 and ending at 2, and they are $75 a person. The next hunt is August 17th. They also have an online gift shop.
Oh my god. What do they have in the online gift shop?
Mugs, t-shirts, just if you can stick a raven on it, that's what they got.
Oh my god, we need to go here.
We do. Now
I want to do all three. Can we do all three at once?
No, we can't do all three.
Well, not at once, but we could do the
tour
and then later do the.
I'm looking at the money here. That's a lot.
Okay, my birthday's coming up. Which
that is
my way of saying you pay for it.
Okay, fucking Schmeagol. But it's my birthdays.
It's my birthday. That's not Smeagol at all.
No, I don't even remember what. Smeagol was. Remember, it's my birthday, precious, is what he told his cousin.
Yeah.
And then he drowned him in a river for a piece of gold.
We gotta go though. We gotta go. And we gotta get a mug.
Let me think about, because this is also when school freaking starts for me.
You can skip that. You can skip.
Oh, piss off. Now, sources. I went to www.vicksburg.com, the McRaven article that's on the Vicksburg.com website. McRaven House, or McRavenTourHome.com. www.bumpinginthe.night.net. U.S. Ghost Adventures, Vicksburg McRaven Mansion, South, the big, huge extension on that one.
Yeah.
And hauntedhouses.com, Mississippi.
Awesome. This was pretty fun, and it's just adding to the list of places we need to go that are within driving distance.
I've been trying to be very realistic on what I'm finding.
Me, not so much.
However, I do have one that's over in Georgia that I will save for later because the name of the house is funny.
But yes, we are Backwoods Obscura. We release every Tuesday. We're on most podcatchers, and we are also Team Bonus Action, if you want to take that away.
Yeah, Team Bonus Action is a live play and online play plus video play charity D&D tabletop group. We play on most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. We have a new campaign starting at the time of this recording, run by our first-time DM, Goosehead Jed. So if you can tune in, we would greatly appreciate it. You can find us at teambonusaction.com or on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Skies, or Threads as Team Bonus Action, or on the hellscape that is Twitter as bonus_team. And hey, by the way, we are currently partnered at the time of this recording with St. Jude's.
Yeah.
So help us end childhood cancer. And if you're listening to this later, we might be partnered with the Trevor Project. We might be partnered with Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. So if you can donate, please do. We always appreciate it. And let's try to make the world better for the next generation.
Yeah. So I hope you have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
Hey, get a good exercise in, get a good jog, maybe go fishing. And if you listen to us while you're hunting, hope you get a big one.
Get a big one.